Welcome, guys. It is around 12 here at Sebring. We're just about to get started. Strap yourselves in for what will be an absolute banger of a race. Welcome everybody to the iRacing LeMans series here at the Sebring International Raceway. It is round 12 of Season 3, 2020. It is not the last round though. It is not the last round. It is actually the second last round. We have the high-vis jackets putting on a great display for us as they're doing their rounds. I'm going to keep calling them the high-vis because, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, look at them. Hope you're all doing well today. Hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're all staying safe as well. With me in quarantine today is King Craig. How are you?
Oh, since when have I been locked down with you? Good evening, Rob. Good evening, everybody. Yep, the high-vis jackets, RLR, they're out on display again. I'm not wearing my high-vis jacket. I'm off work this week, so not having to wear that to myself this week. So looking forward to it. Welcome to Sebring, one of the popular tracks in America. As you know, formed on a old airfield, or a war airfield as far as I'm aware. Also known for its bumps, as Sebring always tell people, hashtag respect the bumps. A very tricky track in some places here, so looking forward to it. Mainly that last little section when you come out of Tower, down the Fortress Straight, or into Bishop, down to Gambleen, and then into Le Mans just before you come up to Ulm. Of course, that last corner, the Sunset Bend, including Turn 1 itself, just the way it's very undulating and very bumpy. It's always a challenge for any car, really. You got to be really good with your lines on this track, and it's a really good field today. Let me just give you a strength of field for everybody at the moment. We're looking at a 4.1 strength of field for the HPDs, a 3.6 for the GTEs, and a 3.8 for the LMP1s, mostly thanks to the likes of Sergei Heras, Marcus Deck, and Jacob Seletsky. So really good, really strong. Not the usual suspects you would see. Only one RLR when it comes to Marcus Deck, as far if I believe, but it's still a very good name. A good list of names out there today in the LMP1s, and for the HPDs, Pascal Stix, Daniel Kraft, Newman, Eric Grove, Roberto Edouard, Dmitry Liniev. Again, it's the usual suspects, and they got one more week after this to have a nice swan song with the HPD, and they're making the most of it.
you caught me at a bad moment. I was drinking some water. You could theoretically sorry, you could theoretically say that even though they have high-vis jackets, it didn't help them find their way to the next track, did it?
Oh god, I'm looking at Twitch chat. By the way, we're on Twitch and we're on YouTube, of course. And Twitch chat, theoretically, they're saying you got it out the way early. You just couldn't hold it in, Rob. You had to say it. You had to say it live in jackets.
Do you know the term when they're always saying you have a joke, but you really want to say it, but you just can't, and you're just like, don't say the joke, don't say the joke, don't say the joke, and you just blurt it out. There was nothing like that. I knew exactly at the start of this, and I wanted to say that joke.
There was no don't say the joke. Kit was right. Here is my list of things. At the top of it, high-vis jackets. Literally, your run sheet, the first words were high-vis jackets. Come on, Rob, we know you. We know you that well. But I'll tell you one thing. RLR, or high-vis jackets as Rob is calling, I'm still going to call him RLR. Marcus Deck, once again, putting that Porsche on pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 146.02. 2/10 faster than Sam Blackwood. So, good time there. Some really good things. I think we got 2 Porsches out there today. I'll just do the old.
We do have 2 Porsches out there. The other one is Philip Kundgen. Sorry, it's a D and a G right beside each other in a German name. It's quite hard to pronounce. If I've upset any Germans, yeah, I do that all the time. I just upset everybody. But I'm reaching for a goal of equality.
Let's talk though about the HPDs and dominance from the number 1 car, Pascal Stix, a 147.576, off a second faster than the next guy, Patrick Marks, in the number 23 with a 148.140. And I wish I could say it was some dominance in the GTEs. It isn't. It's very close in the GTs. Fran Asenio M. I'm pretty sure that means Fran N. Asenio. It's how they do it. A 155.059 with Andreas Jochimsen with a 155.1. Just 400th of a second between the two of them. Followed by Phil Bouchard, who with a 155.900, and then Marek Lemonek with a 155.943. But they are, I think, don't think there's any more cars out on the track with a minute left to go. I don't want to say let's do it all now because remember this is a full lap of the formation, the full formation.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. It is. Oh, we might as well get started, and then we can just talk about. You've got bingoed, by the way, so enjoy
yes!
that. Enjoy
bingo! That. I'm sorry. It was one of the first cars I enjoyed racing when it came to iRacing. After moving the GT3s, I didn't go GT3 to GTE. I went GT3 straight. I did do GTE, sorry, with IMSA. Once I got to ILMS, I said goodbye to your GT3s. I want that HPD. I was that 1.2k guy in an HPD. I'm not that anymore, but that's the first thing I wanted to race when I got into ILMS. So yeah, I'm always going to talk about the HPDs.
Well, you're going to have to talk about the LMP1s first because it is Kundgen on pole. So the outside shot that we haven't seen before is actually put himself on pole with a 139.801. The only driver in the LMP1s to break the 140 barrier. Selerski with a 144.64. Marcus Deck in the high vis. Jackets with a 146.02. Heras with a 148.75. Sam Blackwood with a 148.80. Gerber with a 149.23 as we enjoyed some trees. Hoping you like that. Alex Salmon with a 141.019. Mert with a 141.047. Connor Pearson with a 141.242. Valentin with a 141.794. And finally, Josh Mills, a 143.650. So he's not having a good day today. Pascal Stix with a 147.576. Marks with a 148.140. Aaron Grove with a 148.347 puts him to third place. And then we have Moldenhauer with a 148.398 puts him into fourth position. Fifth position is Newens with a 148.622. Daniel Kraft with a 148.859. Coincidentally, by the way, I think he's like the winner of the sweepstakes for this season. So well done to him. And Robert Edward with a 148.901. Etienne with a 149.219, and Leneve with a 149.291. And I'll let you take away the GTEs.
Yeah, just a quick note. Redicus Newman did not set a time for the HPDs. He'll start behind. But Fran Asensio M with a 155.059 will lead the GTEs off. Andreas Jochensson behind him in P2 at 155.1 flat. Into second. Into third place is Phil Bouchard at 155.9 flat. So a couple flats there. Into fourth, Pernez Matic Lemanik. Apologies for that first name butchering. A 155.943. Into fifth place is Mateus Machado, a 156.140. Philippe Odak, the second, a 156.266 into sixth. Jose Aranz with a 156.287, followed by Rucker Waljin with a 156.495. Ninth is Benedictus Zinviticus. I think that's how I apologise. A 156.503. You can cross out your bingo card. Alexei Selesnev in 10th with a 156.655. Dominic Sawicki with a 156.787. Rob Thiessen, a 156.936. Thomas Soliberg Larsen, a 157.594 is 13th, and Tobias Milosek did not set a time, will be at the back of the field. And I'm pretty sure you set that up for me with those names.
Yeah, I did. Well, I wasn't even paying attention to the names necessarily. I was just more... Oh, wait, we have two high-vis jackets. I just noticed that. Zaleski is a high-vis jacket.
I always forget that. I apologise.
I was just thinking to myself, you said one high-vis jacket. Hang on a minute.
Well, as per usual, the Porsches have shown off their hot lapping pace. I've not looked at anything this week in terms of the results, so I can't say, oh, this is an Audi track or a Porsche track, but I will say, as per usual, it's going to be a struggle for these Porsches, just because of what they're having to do to survive around here.
Also, by the way,
it's not easy.
By the way, when you said to cross that off your bingo card, the first rule of the bingo card is you don't mention the bingo card as the victims of the bingo. Well, not victims, but the essence of the bingo card.
Okay.
I didn't make the rules, son.
Okay. Well, they're just coming out of the Tower Bend. What's the gap between the HPDs? 8 seconds between the HPDs and the LMP1s, and 16 seconds between the HPDs and the GTEs. But I will say, because I think it's the best thing to do for a multi-class race, as we are at the moment, as they hit Le Mans into the... Well, not Le Mans, sorry. They're in the blind bend. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, not color curve. Sorry, I'm on the wrong side of the track. Sorry, you're correct.
On the wrong side of the track, yeah. It's the
now we're at Le Mans.
Bend into Le Mans, down the Allman Straight. We will, once we get past this very slow straight, otherwise known as the 1,000 miles of Sebring pit lane, it'll be the good lucks are coming out from everybody. Rob will lead the way for you in the LMP1s. I will be keeping my eyes on the back of the field to make sure somebody catches all the drama around the back. So I will leave you in the trusty hands of Rob.
Good idea. Now, as they come and get it down Ullman Straight, they will be coming around Sunset Bend, as they are right now. They're just entering Sunset Bend. This will be the critical corner that they'll have at the first lap. They need to not mess this up. If they do, they will have a boo-boo to fix when the car goes to the other side of the wall. We are about to start here at Sebring for 1 hour of shenanigans, and here they go as they cross the line. The green flag waves, and we have, that is Hugo Valentin in the background, I think. No, sorry, that's Josh Mills in the background having a bad start as the car number 21 of Philip Kungen goes, oh, sorry, we've got 2 cars wide. That's 2 cars wide. That's one of the it's one of the high-vis jackets. That is Selinski going down places, and another high-vis jacket. Marcus Deck is going down places as well. 2 cars going wide, coming through turn 1 and turn 2 onto the Gurney Bend. They definitely survived, though. That is, whew. They didn't die.
3 wide in the GTEs at the back of the field. Did not see that. A little bit of a bad start there for Asenio as Jochensson and Bouchard get by him. They do take it. They're going 2 wide into the little chicane as well. Just waiting for that first fast bit. That looks like it's Widgeon making a bit of a move up the field. Machado going down the field. They'll hit the hairpin very shortly. In the HPDs, it's a bit of an issue there. Marks has gone all the way down the field. It looks like he's had some issues. Not entirely sure. No damage on the back end. I did miss it, but Sticks, Grove, Newins has moved up as well, because we've also got Moldhauer, who's also fighting, and now he's down into about eighth position. So a little bit of a topsy-turvy start there for some of the leaders. Asenio in the GTEs does take back P2. He's on a charge to try and get that lead back, but it's going to be a challenge, especially as they come around the middle section of the track.
Oh, a little bit of a kiss there. That is the car in 10th place battling the car in 9th. That is car 31 battling car 25 and the 4th as they're trying to battle it out here. But sorry, we've got an issue. That is Sergei Haras going wide out of Sunset Bend. Hugo Valentin has now taken 1 place, and Josh Mills has now taken 2. And Sam Blackwood is fighting his teammate Connor Pearson going through turn 1. Coming on to turn 2, there's another car going wide. That is Alex Salmon going wide.
Oh, we've had a spin at the back. We've had a spin at the back of the GTE field. That's Rob Thiessen losing it at Le Mans. Don't think he collected anybody, but he's hit the wall. He's going to have a bit of damage on the front of that car, but did not catch anybody else. And that BMW is built tough, so it doesn't have much damage. But Joachim Senyo and Bouchard is the top 3 for the GTEs. Sticks, Grove, Newens is the lead pack there for the HPDs, and Newens, has put a 2.5 lead already in the first lap on Grove, and they went when the flags went green as well, so there was no jump starts whatsoever.
By the way, I would like to point out that Philip Kroongen has checked out. He's disappeared. The fact that the cameras had to switch and fly. He's racing for Grip Hacks Engineering, it looks like. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just looking at what there's only one advertisement on that car, and it's on the shark fin. But it is...
Rob, I need to just say, though, apparently the Audi has a 0.6 second advantage. So Coogan has already put out a 4.5 second lead on Mirt. The question is, can he hold it? Because we've seen Deck go down the order. So is that going to happen as well once Coogan finally just starts to lose a bit of speed? Because that's a massive lead he's got already, especially against the likes of Gerber, Selesky, Salmon, Deck, Blackwood, It's a bit of a lead there. Mirt trying to defend against Gerber as well as we just do that. Coming down into turn 1. Won't be a move here. Such a wide corner you've got there into turn 1. Doesn't make a move there. We'll have to wait into turn 2 as well because it's too tight. Be coming around to... I think he'll make a move down into Gurney before the hairpin, but the gap between these two is half a second. Selesky's half a second behind Gerber as well, so there won't be much slipstream, but if you can just get a bit of a boost. Gerber's not had a good exit, but Selesky has had a decent exit. He might be able to make a move. He's delayed on the braking. I think he's a bit too far back though in that RLR. He is indeed, but Gerber catching up now as they hit the hairpin. These three look like they'll be battling for a big goal. Is that Mirt with a bit of a slow exit off the hairpin? It is, and now this brings Gerber in. But there's nowhere for him to go here. Nowhere for him to go as they come down into Cunningham Corner. Nowhere for him, but that has brought them back together. Mirt just having a bit of an off moment there on the exit, the hairpin, just clipping the grass.
Yeah, well, as you said, the alleged advantage is half a second in terms of the Audis. And I don't see it right now, mostly because these guys are fighting. Second, third, and fourth are in a three-way duel right now. As you can see, we're on board with Jacob Solerski as he's trying to battle Alexander Gerber. Yes, I did get that right. And Julian Mirt as they come through the is it Genbein Bend? Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, Solerski. Sorry, Solerski is going wide coming out of Le Mans curve and not having a good time at all. He's really having to push the car around, it seems.
Never been an easy track. Never been an easy track in these prototypes because of the bumps. One of my worst tracks to race on when I was back doing the LMP ones. And you can see why, just these bumps coming out of Sunset, making a bad move. Mirt looks like he wants to go side by side with Gerber. He'll go into the inside Mirt as he did get it out coming through Sunset. Gerber's got nowhere to go. He will just have to concede. Will he try and set himself up for turn 2? Not sure. Mirt in the inside just holds. Oh, the dive there from Zaleski cannot make it stick. Cannot make it stick. He has gone all the way down the field as he hit the grass. I think he'd have kept it up the wall, but he's now at the back of the field with that move. Did he just catch the grass? I think
he's.
No, he didn't.
I think
he just sent it.
I think he overextended himself. Because look at this.
And he spun again. He spun again.
Oh, look at the front wheels just gave way. The front wheels just gave way. He locked the front wheels. He just went straight on. I think it was just that the front wheels locked up and he was just not able to go anywhere. And very luckily that, you know, he managed to avoid anybody else. But as you said, he's 12 seconds down and having to do a lot of catching up. But he'll have clean air so he can clear his head and come back at it.
Down in the HPDs, Roberto Edward. We don't talk a lot about him. When we do, unfortunately, it's him getting caught up in unlucky accidents. Currently P5, honing down Daniel Croft right now, coming to the hairpin. Half a second gap between these two, and you've got Moldenhire behind them. There's still some grouping in the HPDs. They haven't all pushed out. Only at the front they pushed out. So Edward doing his best there. Kraft having a good exit on the hairpin there. Moldenhauer trying to catch, and we've got Kraft about 0.8 of a second in front of Edward. Half a second between Edward is Moldenhauer. Half a second between those is Newman. So there's a gaggle of 4 at the moment in the HPDs. Just trying to hold on right here. Coming in around the corners. Not much that there is today. Just trying to wait for a slipstream opportunity. And really the only way you can get that is down the back straight, down the Ullman straight. And that's not exactly going to be a gimme. Just waiting for the moments there. Just a bit of grass clip there. Was that from Kraft or was that from a car in front? Not entirely sure. Coming around Le Mans now. And this is the straight we were talking about. We will see who's got the wing, who's got the less wing, who's got the, you know, who's got more wing. It looks like they're pretty equal here, just on the draft as well. So it's gonna be a battle really of skill instead of speed at the moment around here at Sebring in the HPDs.
I don't know why I took the battle of skill. It's more, can you hold on to the car through the difficult bends and can you be brave enough, especially around turn 1. I mean, look at this. Like, you essentially have to hug the wall and then pray you don't go into the gravel on the opposite side. Oh, sorry, Ritter Edward looks like he was almost about to kiss the gravel. Well, not even gravel, the dirt section of the exit as it's been worn down by plenty of drivers going into it, myself included. Taking a very, very quick shortcut to plow that section of the track, making sure it's turfed and ready for next season. You know, we'll gloss over that though. Head over to Phil Bouchard, who's currently in 3rd position, the number 7 car, battling the number 9 car of Fran Asensio M. That is not a typo, by the way. That is, as his name is showing up. I can't fix it. It's just
just comes up as FM for you.
Yeah, it's it's FM as in like the radio standard, you know.
Well,
tune into radio now.
A quick talk of those GTEs because the LMP ones have started their passage through the traffic. Kungen is already through the back, three of the back cars actually there. Oldak's been quite far away anyway already. He had a crash at the start of the race. So Meert and Kungden already going through. Now this is a tricky place. We'll see Gerber. A little bit of a bookmarking there between Meert and Gerber there. That's the number 31 of Singvitus there. Bookmarking a turn we coined. I know, it's a turn we coin when you put a slow car between you and the car you're racing with. It's a good little strategy here, Meert, using that ability. Because once you get caught behind a lap car in some of these slow sections at the start of the track, like turn 2, that little bit of chicane at turn 2 before the Gurney bend, probably also down there at the Gimbeline bend, places like that where it's just a little bit narrower, you're not going to be able to get around those GTEs. But elsewhere around the track, Collier Curve, the Flying Fortress, Bishop Bend, you do have a chance of getting an overtake there. So quite wide tracks, but when it gets narrower, you have to just wait, and that's where they'll be looking to get a good run there to try and help them. Salmon using that traffic to his advantage, closing in on Gerber. Actually, losing time on Gerber. If anything, Salmon's gained time on deck because he's not able to just bounce to launch off. But Mitt, he's just basically now pulling away from Gerber. Basically, Gerber has to hope he gets a good line in traffic compared to Mitt, who probably...
Oh, no, sorry. We got Sergei Haras off the track. What's happened to him? He's gone off, and I think that is Le Mans curve. Let's see what happened to him. He's been chasing down...
Lost it himself.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Or was that netcode?
Let's have a look. Ooh. That was the car of 20...
Josh Mills.
That was Josh Mills he was battling. Let's have a look again.
Oh, my God, the netcode.
Let's have a look. Chopper view. Let's go. Let's have a see. Still nothing. all fine. I think he was giving them the... Oh, that was some netcode. Anyways, we'll
Josh! Ooh, Josh just had a moment there. Can he? No, don't weave. Try and weave through 2 GTEs, Josh. Arnett and Selwick was right next to each other, and Josh decided he was going to try and make the move. He touches Selwick on the side there. Arans gets around him, so the GTE's there basically trading positions there because of what happened with Mills. Mills is being aggressive because he's got Valentine behind him, trying to hold up with Valentine again. Another late move, and he goes past Selesnev there into the Cunningham corner, into Collier now. Some very aggressive moves there from Mills. He is trying to get away from Valentine as fast as he can and keep up with Connor Pearson in front of him. Second, 1.2 behind him, maybe a second now between him and Pearson, as Pearson's going to get held up with traffic, and then a big gaggle between Deck and Blackwood. Blackwood takes P5 away from Deck. Apologies. Salmon take P3 from Gerber, and that's all with that traffic around that back part of the back part of the track, around by Bishop, down to Gemblai, into Le Mans. Just a load of cars at the moment that they're trying to get by. All the GTEs are just in single file. Late move there from Blackwood to get inside and overtake that GTE. That was Phil Bouchard. He's going to get a good line to overtake Arsenio now. Can Deck respond? I don't think he's got the pace. But now all of a sudden, you've got Salmon, Gerber, Blackwood, Deck, all a second between each other. Because of how the traffic has just bunched everybody up. They'll get past Jockinson, but who gets past Jockinson? It's going to be Gerber and it's going to be Salmon. Blackwood and Deck will have to wait, and they're waiting. They can't get around when they can't get out of turn 2. They have to wait for the bend. They have to wait for Gurney Bend. They finally get by, but they've lost a second because of that. And now Deck wants to make a move down the straight into the hairpin turn. Will he brake later? He brakes a touch bit later on the inside. He will take it. He tries to block the line there for Blackwood. Takes the position, holds the position, good defense. Blackwood responds with the boost. The Audi boost just literally goes by. He held on to that. He played chess with Deck right there. He didn't use his boost until he knew he had to, and he just caught Deck off there. Great move.
Yeah, but he's going to be punished for that, though. I think there was quite a lot of boost used. With the Audi, you don't regenerate, and you are punished if you use it outside of the strategy. Unless you drive like an absolute champ. Stephen Bailey would like to have a word if you do that.
Back to the HPDs. Grove, Newens, half a second gap. This is the big battle, I think. I think there's some other battles near the back of the field. Yeah, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Edward, Modern Health, Newman. About a second between them, but Newman and Newens. Rob Newens and Eric Grove at the moment. They're practically almost touching each other, coming through the hairpin. Just cannot find a way through Newens in the 34. Just trying his best to try and make Grove put a foot wrong. He's not able to get it down. He comes through Cunningham. That's probably the best place you want a mistake from your opponent. Is just hold off there. Not able to do it. And Liniev is in the pit. Did we miss something? Oh, that's a mangled looking car there from Liniev. Not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find it on the replay. I'll try my best. I'm more interested, though, in seeing these two cars. That is... Oh, sorry, no! Eric Grove has just lost it coming into Le Mans. Eric Grove has lost it completely. He's turned the car completely around. And I think he just lost it under his own volition. Let's have a replay of that. You see here, he's battling between himself and Newens. And he's coming through... Genbean Bend, and the car just says nope.
It just goes. I think he must have just put a little bit of extra turn on there. Not entirely sure. You're going to remember the bumps as well, but he is now back into second last.
Alexander Gerber has gone to 0. What's going on? He has lost
Gerber's had a moment. What's happened there?
Let's have a look. He just... Did his brake fail?
I've never seen that, and he's took the long way round. He's now trying to fight back. By the way, Kunden in front at a 140.9. He went purple. A second and a half faster than Mirt in P2, who is now lost P2 to Thelma, but he collide! They collide at Sunset! Mirt and Blackwood go off at Sunset. Sorry, Mirt and Salmon go off at Sunset! Mirt went a bit too aggressive. The back of that car is destroyed! What about Salmon? Salmon's made contact with another car! Is that another car he's made contact with, or is that just one getting held up? No, he did make contact! Is that Josh Mills? Mills Yes, Josh Mills and Hugo Valentine get caught up trying to go around them. That crash has claimed 4 LMP1s at least.
No way. Come on. Oh, the scenes. The absolute scenes. Just having another replay of that just to see. I don't think Mills could really do it. Oh, no, hold your brakes. Stop.
Yep. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. Right, so, okay, in the pits, Mitt, Salmon. I'm not sure if Mills is in the pits. He's in the pits. Who else is in the pits? Did I see Valentine get hit? He got hit, but he's still going. But that back of that wing, the back of that car, the left rear, does not look very good. The wing's bent. He can get that pulled out. It's not serious enough that he needs to get it pulled out now. He's just going to lose some time, though, on the straights as well. Selesky trying to catch him as well. He will be preying on this, and he'll take that 5th position with no issue. We will keep an eye. In fact, yeah, I think he's just giving up the position because he knows he's damaged. Selesky just goes off, and Alex Salmon is very angry. I'm not going to quote what he said, but he's very angry from that move.
I'm going to be thankful that I finally disabled the in-game iRacing voice chat because I was never.
It
able
wasn't
to get
voice. It wasn't voice. It was the text chat. But
okay.
Regardless,
let's gloss over and we'll pretend. We'll pretend. As we will pretend that these HPDs are slow because they're definitely fast. We've got a few battles going on in the group now. They're in the lower half of the field, but they are coming through GTE traffic at the moment, just passing by the car 22. That car 22 is, of course, Philippe Oldak. So they're coming up to the... Ooh, Philippe Oldak pushing out the car in P6, I think. Yeah, that was Newman the second. Newman the second being pushed out by the backmarker Philippe Oldak, as the GTEs are now being lapped by the HPDs. So the HPDs now having to navigate through the... I feel like I have to interrupt myself because a HPD, in 2 weeks' time, we won't be able to say that again.
Well, they're giving us something good to watch, especially at Sebring, a very friendly track. By the way, the last race of the season will be Road Atlanta, and that promises to be very good for the HPD. Sorry, I keep want to say LMP2s. Not yet, Craig. Not yet. Come on, give them their last 2 weeks. Let's have a swan song. Everything's gonna be fine. But this battle between Moldenhauer and Edward, and of course we've got to keep Newman 2 in there as well. Newman as well. He's catching on to them. Let's see their pace that last lap. Moldenhauer 49.268, Edward 49.335, and Newman behind a 49.847. So off the pace a little bit is Newman, but still just holding in there. And we've got to keep an eye as well as they hit the lap traffic now. Eric Grove making his way slowly up the field now in P7. I've also noticed that the LMP1s are passing a GTE of Philip Oldak at a second in front of him is an HPD. So they've got him by the first obstacle to get around the GTEs. Now comes the hard part. The HPDs as they go by the GTEs. So this is going to be the back of the HPDs, no issue. He gets past Etienne, he'll get past Max. He might get past Grove, but then he's got to get past both GTEs and HPDs.
That's a very slow GTE there. I think that was Thomas on the side of the road. I think he's pulling in to let the other cars by. I think that was it. It was indeed.
No, he had a spin. Had a spin at Cunningham. Rejoined the trap, but realised he was on the grass, saw the cars coming, and just waited. But yeah, that's what's happened there. Jockinson is in the... I did not see that. Jockinson still in the lead, sorry, with Ascendo behind and Bouchard. The gap between Ascendo and Bouchard is a second. Then Lemonek and Wijan are practically battling at the moment. It looks like Lemonek taking the inside going into turn 1. Not the best line you want to be when you're defending. It looks like Wijan will try and go around the outside. That back of that BMW is sliding. He has to go wide though. As Pascal Sticks, the lead HPD, comes by. Catching on now to Lemonek, who has to slow down into turn 1 for this. Now, Lemonek will get a bit of slipstream from Sticks there. But how much will be enough if they come down to Gurney Bend? It might save him for now, but as they come down to the hairpin, This is where Weijin, again, he goes on the inside, LeMans. He just remembers he doesn't need to. Can Weijin, sorry, get a move coming down into Cunningham? We'll wait and see. It's all clean at the moment, but this is the battle for 4th and 5th in the GTEs.
It is LeMans versus Weijin. Car number 8 versus car number 20. It is Porsche versus Manatee Beamer. By the way, there is no Ford and there is no Fezza, so it is literally a two-horse, well, quite literally a two-horse race. But even then, it is mostly Beamers. That are...
You know who else we see in Manatee colours? We see our GT3 friends in the Racing Sim Weeks World Series Grand Final next Wednesday, 90 minutes at Daytona.
Sorry to cut across. We have yet another casualty. That is Matthias Machado. What's happened to the number 4 car? He's buried in the wall on the replay. Let's go and see what happened. No!
Oh no! Oi! Who did he make contact with? That was Newens.
Yeah, Newen. Sorry, you mean Newman, is it? Oh, Newen.
No,
sorry.
Newens. Where's Newens?
Oh, he's stuck in the wall.
Yep, plugged in. Daniel Kraft trying. Now, he's made up 3 spots, by the way. He's on the back of Newens almost, a second behind him. That helped him. That helped in that little tap there with Newens. It will allow Kraft. Let's see where he crossed the line there. 49.63 for a 155 for Newens there. So he has caught on now. That's a second lead gap there that Kraft has managed to craft his way through. Comes around there to Weijin into that GT battle we were just on about, the Manatee BMW. They're getting split up because they're having to let 2 HPDs by. But again, this actually helped Newens because Kraft having to wait until he gets to the Gurney Bend before he can make a move. We'll keep an eye on this as well because the LMP1 of Kungen, who really has checked out, let's be honest. What's the gap? 7.5 seconds? Just making his way through this traffic, just having the time of his life at the moment. Just a nice relaxing drive.
Well, it was 12. Sam Blackwood took 4 seconds off him because I think of traffic. So Sam Blackwood definitely not as slouched and he's not out of the race yet. So it's still all to play for, especially with traffic coming around. The HPDs aren't, as you said, they are not too far off the pace of the LMP1s.
Sorry, Rob, I need to interrupt because side by side is Sawicki and Seleznev. They come around Cunningham side by side as Marcus Deck went beside them. Seleznev does keep his P7 there. They were going side by side for quite a while there. HPD of Ettinen comes by them, but Sawicki wants to keep this battle going. They'll come around now, coming into, I think that's Bishop. This is Bishop Ben. Bit of a slide from Seleznev there, holds on to it. Sawicki cannot make a move. Down into Le Mans they go. There'll be no slipstream for Seleznev. This is all going to be pure space. The 2 BMWs right now. Sawick gets a better line out of Le Mans. Will go side by side as Selesky goes by them. That's not important at the moment. Sawicki gets by. Actually, no, it might be important. Gives a little bit of toe there for Seleznev. It's not going to matter. They come into sunset and Sawicki has that position. It will be set yourself up for turn 1 right now for Seleznev, but he's having a bad corner. He's gone into an early pit stop. Early pit stop there with 35 minutes to go.
There's been a few people that have chosen to do that strat. We've got Sergey Heras and Connor Pearson both have taken early pit stops, and now very early pit stops. Well, this is a free country. It is America. You have a choice. Do you want to pit or do you not want to pit?
Look at these HPDs. Newman, Moldenhauer, Grove. There's almost half a second between the three of them. Is that a GT? And I thought that was a GT in the wall with shadows. Wow, I need a new pair of glasses.
Oh, Marcus Deck coming by.
Come from them. Oh, and this is going to be some bookmarking, but will he get past 1 or 2 HPDs? It's only 1. This holds up Grove in his. He's trying to get back up the field. Let's be honest, he is trying his best.
I was about to say something extremely nasty and be like, he's coming back into the Grove. You know, the groove, the Grove.
Alright. So Grove's lost the pace a little bit because of that. Has to hold on, make sure Marks is not trying to catch him. But meanwhile, this battle at the front, well, not the front, this battle for 5th and 6th, Newman and Moldenhauer, they're coming around some GTs, coming around some LMP1s. Edwards is second in front of Newman. So he will, well, Dexter's going to eat to get by him, no problem. But Newman doing his best to hold off Moldenhauer in the slipstream would have helped. How much does it help as they come around Sunset? Great lines. I wish I could take lines like that around Sunset. I really struggle there. Great lines from Moldenhauer there. Does get a bit of time. Let's see when they cross the line. Let's see what they do. 149.567 for Moldenhauer. A 159.329 for Newman. So doing the best, but looks like Edwards had a bit of a slow bit there. A slow finish of that lap and start to the new lap. As now he's only half a second in front of Newman. He lost half a second that lap. It's a 149.504, but that's 2/10 slower than what Newman was doing. So right now, back onto it they go, but Moldenhauer's nowhere to be found now. Traffic literally turned a two-car battle for 5th and 6th into a two-car battle for 4th and 5th. I love it.
It is a dicey operation by the car of Solerski as he's trying to navigate through the battle that we're seeing on the front of our screen right now. 5th in your middle of your screens is Newman 2, car number 5. Car number 14 is Robert Edward ahead of him, as Robert Edward is, I think he's still having a bit of an issue with the car. It does seem to be a little bit loose. Foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. And, you know, just coming through that infield there, just past Collier Corner onto Tower Turn. He's doing a bit of a slide. But he seems to be having it under control now as he is trying to fend off the car number 5 in 5th position of Newman. Kraft, meanwhile, so that is Moldenhauer's teammate, sorry, Eric Grove's teammate, in 3rd position. What is it with cars and being in, like, their position is their car number? Daniel Kraft, Pascal Stix, and Newman are the 1, 3, and 5 cars, and they're in 1st, 3rd, and 5th.
But that's the only class. Like, no other class has their number represented by the position they are in the race at the moment. You know, car 21 is currently leading the LMP1s. Car 2 is currently in the GTE. There's no thing. It's just an HPD thing. They're, like I said, they're putting a show on for us. They're getting ready to say goodbye, and they're putting a show on for us. Edward still holding on to Newman to come around turn 2, and the low chicane down into Gurney they go. It's the same thing again. Rinse, repeat. And with all this slipstreaming that Newman and Moldenhauer is doing, you've got to think to yourself, maybe they might get an extra lap of fuel. We'll wait and see. It does look possible. Newman goes a little bit wide into the hairpin. No issues there. Meanwhile, GTE's looking slicey and dicey. Wygen doing everything he can to
Mills
get
has
past
retired.
LeMans. What's that, sorry?
Mills has retired. He has officially parked the car.
I mean, did you see the state of that car?
Yeah.
Alex Salmon's car is finally unbent, but I think he retired. No, he's actually still there. So I did see him in our YouTube chat earlier, but I think he will get back out. But the back of that car looks clean. Look at it. The back of that car in the pits is now pulled out. iRacing doing its thing again.
They just got some suction cups. You know those toilet plungers? They just stuck one on and started bending it out. And it's like, buff out. As we see the battle of Rutger Wygen and Lemonek. Car 8 and the car 20 battling for 4th position in the GTE field.
Thank you, Josh Mills, by the way, for raiding. He has literally parked it to the point that he's started hosting us. So, welcome, everybody. Unfortunately, Josh Mills is no longer racing, but the battles, we'll ignore the LMP1s because Josh is out of it. No, we'll keep talking about it, but the battle's still going on in the back of the field. Watching Wygen and Lemonek here in this battle for the GTEs, coming down the Ullman Straight. Wygen might have a move here. He's got a little bit better. Lemonek is having to go on the inside. We've seen this before. Not sure if that's going to be easy, but yeah, backs off a bit earlier, does Wygen. He does his best, but he gets a better line because Lemonek had to take the inside. Will he try and make a move onto turn 1? But again, Lemonek's going to go on the defense. Now, I don't know if this is good because you know yourself, they're going side by side actually, I'll stop talking about this. Going side by side, Wygen is going to get the better move. Can he get around the outside of turn 1 to make this? No, but the sling back is there. He gets a good exit, but it's still going to be too far away. Now, that, as I was saying, the inside line of turn 1, that is such a risky line because if you get it wrong, you're going to hit the wall. And you see with Wygen, he's had to hold off so much that he's unable to really turn in early enough because of the bumps just drifting that car out. So it's risk reward, and Lemonek just getting a bit lucky there. That's the second time I've seen him do it.
LeMans coming on the inside of... that is hairpin turn. Why did I call it hairpin turn? Why did I just call it hairpin... Anyways, American nomenclature aside, that is a great defensive move by LeMans, putting his car on the inside, and again, oh no, he doesn't. He does put it on the inside of the turn, but he's allowed Widgeon to... Oh, sorry, very close to the rear end of LeMans. Widgeon was through Cunningham corner, coming up to Tower turn. Still essentially glued together, these two, as they come around past the halfway point of lap... I think that's lap
16. We're halfway through lap 16.
Yeah, 16 for the GTEs.
Yep, lap 16 for the GTEs. Possible 32 laps at the moment. Little bit of a move there coming around Le Mans. Will he get the move? In fact, he's so close and got such a better line this time. Having to lift off a little bit there as Widgeon. I think he might make it. LeMans will have to go on the inside early. I don't think he'll be away. He goes for the inside. He's not done a dummy. Widgeon's not gone for a dummy. Still going to be side by side. And again, backs off early. Widgeon backs off early. Slow in, fast out. It works. Look at the line he's got coming out of Sunset. It's a better line. He hasn't lost time. He's gained time, if anything. But he still cannot make the move. LeMans for the third time this race and second lap in a row, taking the inside. And look at this. Widgeon's like, you know what? Do it. I'm going to follow my line. And look, going on the inside, he's had to be slow. Widgeon does not have to move. He might go side by side going into turn 2. Might go for the move. That's side by side. He touches. No! He did not make the move. LeMans gone off with Widgeon there, taking P4 away. And I don't think LeMans knew he was there. He's going to lose P6 now to Malosek. Or is he? They're side by side going down Gurney. No, Widgeon does take it, but I'm not sure. Did LeMans expect him not to be there, or was that a late move from Widgeon? I'm not sure. I think it will kind of be a bit of a racing incident there. Both guys could have done that better.
Sorry. Just to say, LeMans, and he joined right beside Tobias Mietzek. Well, when I say right beside, quite literally right beside Mietzek. And gladly, neither was injured. Well, I mean, the car was injured. I mean, the drivers are always going to be fine. This is iRacing after all. But the cars now are battling, so it's gone from a battle for 4th to 5th. It's now a battle from 5th to 6th. Just having to nurse their way around when you have LMP1s coming by. That is the LMP1 of Philippe Kühningen. I'm hoping I say it right. It's only German. Am I saying it right?
I hope we're saying it right.
Sorry, just... there's a little twitch from, I think that is Sawiki from the car 33, Dominic Sawiki. That is the current race leader, Philippe Kühningen. He's having a great race. He's faster than any other LMP1 on the circuit by 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, and I just saw Sawiki there taking the move from Malutzik, who also, he goes into the pits and ours takes it. So Tobias there in the number 30 going for an early pit stop. He's probably the first one in the GTEs, not for damage reasons, taking a pit stop there. So we've got in the top, well, we've got now at the moment Jockinson in the lead, Bouchard P2, Asenio 3rd, Widgeon 4th, LeMans 5th, Sawiki 6th, and Arnar 7th. And those are the key suspects in terms of looking at the GTEs at the moment. As it also looks like that's Thomas Solberg Larsen has also come in for the pits as well. So some early pit stops from some of them with 25 minutes to go in the GTEs, and that Pascal Sticks for the HPDs. He comes into the pits as well, as does Newens.
So they're starting to get their pit stops in, and that's a good thing because the traffic around here is starting to spread out. So if you can get into some clean air where the pockets are left, you'll be in with a shout of getting some good time on track, and that is the last. And
that's what Newman's done. That's what Newman and Moldenhauer's done. Newman, Moldenhauer, Marks are the only HPDs I can see not pitted. Everybody else has gone into the pit. Will this work for them? So we see Newman having a bit of a slide coming through the little kink there at turn 2, but keeps onto it. So Newman, Moldenhauer, Marks, they've got a clear track in front of them. In fact, 10-11 seconds in front of them is Seleznev, the the number 28 GTE. So they do have the free track to their advantage, but is it going to be enough? They were faster, yes, but is it going to work? I'm not sure. They'll have to do a pit. If they're going to pit, they'll have to pit this lap. I don't think they'll be able to do it next lap.
No, it'll have to be... Well, I'd imagine it'll be within the next 2 or 3 laps. I mean, it'll take them down to the 20-minute mark, and that is roughly where around, depending on the track, of course, where and around the cars like the LMP2s and the LP1s will pit, as Marcus Deck also himself comes into the pits for a scheduled pit stop. So that makes 8 GTEs, 3 LMP2s, and 4 LMP1s that have yet to pit.
I got 5 on my bingo card.
You might want to check. It's now 3.
Connor Pearson, has he pitted?
Connor Pearson has indeed pitted.
Then that's why, because it's not showing that he's pitted.
And as you say, right on the money, actually, that is the 3 lead LMP2s. Newman, Moldenhauer, and Marx are all heading into the pits, and we're just seeing, well, I mean, it's just a given now at this stage. Pascal Stix will retake the lead, but the key is, where will the rest of them come out? The rest of them being Newens, Kraft, Grove. Where will those 3 come in relation to these 3?
Newens is just coming around Sunset right now. He's coming onto the start-finish straight, so he will take these 3, because I don't think Marx is the guy at the front there. Does not take it. Now, what about Daniel Kraft? Again, takes it. Edward, I think that was who they were battling. Nothing. No, it may not work for them. Actually, they're just coming out the pits now. Sorry. Coming out the pits now. Moldenhauer gets in front. 2.5 in front, so I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that's a position change. Mark's behind 2.5 seconds. So Edward losing that position. I think that puts him P6 when everything sets itself up. Not entirely sure, so we will check that in a minute. You probably got that better than I do, but that's what I think it is at the moment. But Grove and Newman are having a bit of a fight at the moment, it's safe to say. Just under half a second between the two of them. Moldenhauer doing his best to keep up.
By the way, you've got a friend in chat apparently. Some guy person, quite literally, says Hard Scully. I think you've got an admirer, a secret admirer. As we see Eric Grove and Newman and Moldenhauer in a 3-way battle. We're back to the 3 ways in the HPDs. By the way, for next week we will have a send-off video for these. Well, I will anyway. I will create a send-off video for these guys. Because they're deep in my heart. You know,
well, as I said, they're deep in my heart as well. So, you know, it's great to see. As we see, the top 3 in the LMP1s have not pitted. I mean, the gap, 9 seconds between Kungen and Blackwood, 9 seconds between Blackwood and Selesky. Deck's pitted, so it doesn't really matter. So there's a 51-second gap between Deck and Selesky. Not sure what's happened there, but Connor Pearson is about 1.5 seconds, as I say that Kungen's gone to the pit. About 1.5 seconds, 2-second gap there between Deck and Pearson. Not entirely sure what's happened there with Deck. I thought he was further ahead, but we'll keep an eye out on that. I must check that. HPDs have righted themselves now. Sticks 13.5 seconds ahead of Newens. Newens is the second. Daniel Kraft is the third. Newman is 4th with Grove just about 0.5 second behind him. Moldenhauer did take 6th. Edward goes into 7th. So there we go. I was wrong by a long way out there.
So it is as before in the HPDs. In the LMP1s, they have all pitted. The top 3 that did not pit have now decided to vacate their empty tanks and get some fuel in. But they will not be caught up by the 3 cars that were behind them. So that will be Marcus Deck, Connor Pearson, and Alexander Gerber. They are too far back to be able to slingshot their way up a position. So it'll be on Ross Speed alone that they will be able to catch up. But right now it's not looking good because the gap is still quite extensive. Jacob Selewski is actually at turn 2 right now with Marcus Deck just crossing the line. So the gap now is really only about 15 seconds.
And I gotta eat my word, because I was worried about Kungen in this Porsche just taking a really fast start and getting drawn back in. And of course, the accident with Salmon, shook out Mills and Mert, sorry, that did make a big difference. But I mean, for him to still be 10 seconds ahead and a second faster, I mean, what we're seeing here is Matt Farrow levels of dominance, but in a Porsche when everyone's driving Audi. So hats off. This is one hell of a drive. And I'm not saying that just because, oh, I like to see something different. No, this is one hell of a drive.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Farrow did drive a Porsche. He did convert to the dark side, as it were, as in like he went to the dark side to drive for the Porker, but then he saw the light again and came back in the return of the Audi, essentially.
Hey, my boy, dropping some Asensio have pitted, but not Bouchard. That's interesting. Wijin not pitting. Lemonek is pitting. Sawicki and Arnas will be the next ones to see. Sawicki doesn't, but Arnas does. So a little bit of a segregation there at the pits. One goes in, one doesn't. One goes in, one doesn't. But be interesting to see, especially with these cars having to get around traffic. Well, not get around traffic, but make sure they're not in the way of traffic. So Jockinson really, as he comes out the pits right now, he's just basically just going to keep himself clean. Bouchard is, well, he was about 4 or 5 seconds behind, so won't really be looking at trying to take the lead, but just making sure he can cement his positions and wage in 15, 16 seconds behind Bouchard as well. So I think the battle will be looking at really Sawicki and Arnaz. They're the closest. Maybe Wijin if he has a bad pit stop. But that's what we're looking at in the GTEs at the moment when they come for the pits. And as we always say, we've got to make sure that no GTEs, touching wood here, no GTEs have a speeding penalty. It's happened too many times.
Well, now that you say that, you've just cursed everybody. So
I touched the wood.
Even when we've touched wood, we've just cursed. We've cursed GTEs, we've cursed LMP2s, LMP1s, GT3s. No matter how hard we go, it just never works out. So
we cursed GT2s as well. By the way, Fanatec GT1 series live at Spa this Sunday night at 19:45 GMT.
We're just on board with Phil Sharp, who's diving into the pits now, making that very okay.
He's fine.
So, yeah, I was just like, please don't get a spilling penalty, please, please.
I mean, Bouchard was fighting Asensio,
sorry, Wijin just going very wide coming through Sunset. I'm gonna have a look at that again. Did he almost hit the wall? Because, that was a very wide angle that he saw that. Let's have a look.
Nope, kept it clean.
I thought it was very wide. Probably just the camera angle. Well, he almost hit the wall.
It's clean.
It's clean, but...
Right, Bouchard comes out. Jockinson keeps his lead. 8 seconds is the lead. But Bouchard is now 5 seconds ahead of Asensio. That's a huge gap. I'll have to get you to check the times there. I don't think they were that far behind, were they?
The time difference was... And Asensio spent 3 extra seconds in the pits.
Wow, and that has changed a 2 second gap to a 5 second gap. That's quite a deal. He's off the pace now to try and catch up to get P2. He started in the lead, and now he's down to P3. So still got that podium, but could have been better. But his teammate Jockinson, I think they're teammates because they've got the same livery, in the lead. So it will be 2 of them on the podium, just not the 1-2 they were probably after.
And Connor Pearson is now battling Marcus Seckert, high-vis jacket versus OCM, or as we concatenated it to, it's HJV, high visible HVJ. There you go. As Marcus Deck taking a wider line just to prevent Connor Pearson from taking the inside line, being able to overtake him coming through Sunset. onto the start, finish straight onto turn 1 now. Holding your breath here as you're coming around, trying to not plow the field and turn it into a cornfield. Turn 2, making sure that you exit the kink correctly, or you come through the kink correctly. Then on to turn 3, onto Gurney Bend, making sure that you just hug the inside and then slingshot out on the outside towards hairpin. I feel like Sebring is a fan of kinks because there's this kink here just come out of hairpin turn. And then...
But it's good. For some reason, I don't know why it works. Just these little whiny bends. Like, stop myself! Oh, no! That's a close one from Pearson and Deck. Deck, whoa! No!
Deck, what have you done? No! It's all gone wrong again. This is a replay of Marcus Deck versus Connor Pearson. Connor Pearson was going to make a move on the inside, coming up towards Cunningham corner. He just barely makes it. And then... What the...
You know what I think that is? I think that's a case of of that little boost when you set off just kicking in. It looks like that's a bit of a case of no boost for Pearson when they launch off the curb, and I know that happens in the Audis around here. And then you get a little bit of extra boost when you launch off in the Porsche. I think that's what that was. Not entirely sure. I think that's what it could be. Pretty sure that was not on purpose from Deck. Definitely not. I'm pretty sure about that.
Unfortunately, Connor Pearson is now down the pecking order after playing his cards so well. Put them down on the table, and the table just got upended on him.
There's no damage. There's no damage to Deck. Excuse me? iRacing? Is there any damage to Deck? I don't see it. Oh, there's a little bit, actually. There's a little bit of a crinkle on the right side. Okay, and that will cause a little bit, but there's no wing damage. Only a little bit of side pod damage. And what about Pearson? Well, I think Pearson, yeah, the left side is just broken. That wing is bent. He's going to be losing time. He's now in 7th position. And he's not going to be able to catch on to Russell Gerber with a wing like that. He's going to have a lot of drag.
So it is now separated out in the LMP1s. Unfortunately, it's going to be like that for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I think, as the mist starts to set in. Hang on a minute. I forgot. I keep forgetting that mist exists, and now it's just gone all misty now. So welcome to Misty Sebring, everybody. It went from a sheen, the mirror at Sunset Bend, and now there's mist everywhere. Welcome.
Well, it's 28 Celsius. As we're in America, 82 Fahrenheit. Still going. I think it's gotten cooler as we've gone down. Track time of 9:44. I'm guessing that's AM, so it's actually getting warmer, I think. Yeah, because it definitely wouldn't be bright at 9:44 PM. So it's definitely in the morning. Come on, Craig, get yourself together. 28 Celsius, yes, as we're saying. Pretty sure that's got a little bit warmer than in that case. Looking at any battles down the field, of course, Edward losing his P5 and 6th. He's now defending against Patrick Marks for P7th and 8th at the back there. Meanwhile, Moldenhauer unable to catch up to Grove. Newman and Kraft. Kraft did get P3 back, but did get P3, as we were saying. Kept it, sorry. Unable to catch on to Newlands there. They're practically matching pace. At the moment, the HPDs are all matching each other's pace in the battle, so not much going on apart from that battle there for 7th and 8th with Edward trying to defend from Marks. About the same, really, in the GTEs. They've all just bunched up, they've all just split out, and the only real battle still is Sawicki on Lamanek. That's for P5. The Sawicki there in the BMW against this Triton Racing Porsche there of Lamanek. Can he make the move, Sawicki? They're coming down. Bishop, they're coming to it. Bishop, they will be as Gembelen, and then into Le Mans, sorry. Does keep catching Sawicki. This BMW is quite good, and Lamanek is the fastest Porsche out there at the moment, and he has put that car in a good position, but these BMWs are just, I don't know if it's a height thing, a bop thing, or whatever, that they're just really showing their strength once again on a GTE field.
It would be Bope. Why did I say bop as Bope? it's very suave. Oh, it's a bope. It's a bope. As somebody got boped. That is Tobias Mlotzek. Is it? That's an L. Oh, I thought that was an I. I said his. I said his name was Blitzek. No, it's Blitzek.
I think it's Mlotzek. Yeah, I think it's Mlotzek. Sure,
he has just been overtaken by. Oh.
Now you see, now everyone questions our pronunciations. I'm sorry. We get about 5 minutes to learn these pronunciations, and it's still hard. I apologise. Oh, Mlotzek there, getting a little bit of grass coming around turn 2, trying to hold on there with Benedictus. There, the car 31. It's 31 and 30 in a battle here for 9th and 10th. Battles all down the field there. Taking the inside line there is the 31 of Sinveticus, holding on. This is kind of a repeat here of the Lemonade Wagen race battle earlier. A Porsche holding off a BMW. Different drivers, same cars. Let's hope it's not the same story.
No. And the other story is that Alexander Gerber is now fighting back towards Marcus Deck, who actually has Sergei Heras in his rearview mirrors, actually. Not too far off. So, LMP1s, as I'm going to eat my own words and say it was going to be like this for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I proved myself wrong. And I can definitely say that we are going to have a bit of a battle on our hands as Gerber looking to get back up there.
Yeah, a bit more boost as well from Gerber there, just so they go, and he might get it on the inside there because Deck's gone really wide, holding that line, and yet Gerber just had to back off there. He wasn't sure where Deck was going, but now comes the boost battle again. Gerber getting a bit more speed, but Deck's on the inside there. They'll probably go a little bit side by side into turn 1. They do so. Look how wide Gerber goes. Paid off for him. Going around the outside of turn 1, trying to make it stick. Does not make it stick. Deck with a counter move with boost there. There's Weegan in front of them. He returns onto the track just as this battle starts. Whoa, that was a bit close. Weegan's gone off. We'll have to keep an eye on that in a moment, but these two still battling hard. Gerber's lost a bit of time there just in a reaction of making sure he checks up there. Bit more boost. He goes now into Deck, trying to catch on. Maybe a late move. No, just hold on there. I'm not sure what happened to Weegan there. I'm going to have a quick look at that. Did he lose it on his own accord? Not sure. Yeah, he lost it on his own accord there. So he's lost also spots now as well, by the way. He's now down to P6. 7th, yeah, P6, sorry. So we'll keep an eye on that battle. But meanwhile, Mlotzek, go on.
Hang on a minute. Which car are you talking about? Because I have
Weegan. Weegan lost the car.
Yeah, but he's not in P6. He's in P4.
He spun, didn't he?
No. You might be thinking of Seleznev. He's in P6. Anyways, we are still seeing... Oh, sorry. Sergei Heras is actually coming back up. And he's actually come onto the rear end of Gerber, who's on the rear end of Deck. The Gerber Deck, as a, you know. The Gerber Deck sandwich. How about that? Instead of double deck sandwich, it's Gerber Deck sandwich.
Look at the line Gerber takes. Sorry, he takes such an aggressive line and gets a great exit out the sunset. But Deck's always there. He can't do anything. And now he's trying to sell the dummy. Still has to go around the outside here at turn 1. He won't make it stick this time, or does he? Actually, Deck's gone inside a bit more. They're going to go almost side by side into turn 2 again. Nope, Gerber holds off. But now there's no car here. Sets himself up nice, gets a good launch out of turn 2 into this little kick. Not another one! And they've both gone off. And now Haras takes 4th position. Haras takes 4th. Gerber takes 5th. Deck takes 6th. What is going on?
It is Alexander Gerber on the inside, coming through. Oh. That is Sergei Haras coming through the gap, essentially, that was opened up between the two of them. And now he's running away. He's got 3.6 seconds on Alexander Gerber, who will have damage from that accident. And all he has to do is just keep his car pointed straight.
Is that the 3rd accident we've seen in the LMP1s today?
That is indeed the 3rd accident, yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. Wow.
Begin with the LMP2s.
Let's go back to the LMP2s. Not much happening in the LMP2s. Edward lost P7 though to Marks coming down Sunset. Trying to fight back again. So now Edward, he's into 7th. We've only got one retirement in the HPDs. It was Liniev. Newman 2 going green at 48.5. Still not the fastest lap though. Pascal Stix has just been on a rampage with laps this race. 47.774 was the fastest lap in the HPDs. He's now 22 seconds ahead of Newens. And is that Daniel Kraft catching up to Newens? I think he is, you know. But there's only 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, so you'll have to take 2.5 seconds out of him and pass him.
Robert, sorry to interrupt. I'll tell you what else is also interesting. I'm reading 35.01 as the estimated laps. So if these cars are predicting one less lap, have they fueled differently is the question. Because Kungen controls the fate of the field right now. When he crosses the line, let's see what the algorithm changes to. Because if it's 35.01, they will go 2 more laps and it's still 35.01. There's 3:15 left on the clock. There will be 2 more laps. We'll wait and see what when he crosses the line, what it'll be. But I'm pretty sure this will mean there'll be a extra lap, which may throw some people out at the moment. That could throw the LMP1s out a little bit. I'm not sure about the HPDs or GT. Well, the GTEs might have a bit of a throw off there, but we'll wait and see. That's kind of crucial.
Yeah, especially if you've banked on 35, and it's always been 35 throughout the entire week, and then some alien comes in that's called Philip Kungen.
He went purple last lap, by the way.
Yeah, he went purple 1:45.33. He's essentially almost doing qualifying pace. Which is completely bonkers with worn tyres.
He's got a big gaggle in front of him though. Selesnev, Arnas and Wiki, a second between the 3 of them. This actually might help people because he's not going past them. He sees they're in important battle, so he's just going to wait until the right moment. So losing a bit of time there won't hold it. Won't cause an issue for him in terms of his lead. Might help some of these cars because it is pretty certain it's going to be another lap. These GTEs though will see the green flag now because of this.
The green flag?
The white flag, sorry. Wow.
I'm just like, hang on a minute. They've already seen the green flag. What's after the green flag? It is the white flag.
Well, when he crosses the line, 43, 42, 41, 140, 139, it's going to be last lap. Last lap, 35.02 is what the estimate is. This is the last lap. The white flag has been thrown. Some of these GTEs will have to go around again at the front of the field, as some of the HPDs as well. But the LMP1s are now on the white flag.
And the 3 cars that Kunigan just went by, they're actually battling side by side. It is the car 28 versus the car 32 versus the car 20. The car 32 and the car 33 are battling side by side. Sawiski and Aarons are battling it out. Aarons is absolutely about to lose 2 positions. Can he prevent that? Yes, he is preventing it. Just about. He's battling with the 33, but the 28 has already slipped away from him. So the 28 is now pushed ahead. The 32 coming on the inside in hairpin turn.
Oh, he's locked it! He's locked it! Sorry! That's Selesnev's locked the car, the 28. John Black was trying to get by them. He's waiting there though. He's trying to get by. He can't get by. They're going 2 by 2 at the moment. They all bunch up on the inside. There's been a contact. No, they're all GTE. Just hit themselves. Sawicki causes the double kill. Takes out Arnaud and Selesnev. He takes the position. Selesnev goes ahead. And that looks like Lemonik has got in past Arnaud as well. Oh my word, what's going on there? And a GTE, an MP1 and Selesky still trying to get past them all. That's insane.
Let's have a replay of that just coming from...
While you say that, I have to just say, Kungen, coming around the final corner, we've got to just say it. Winner of the race for Sebring, Philip Kungen started pole, finished pole. A Porsche wins ILMS this season. And it's thanks to number 21, Philip Kungen.
I'm surprised that Sam Blackwood didn't get absolutely beamed off the road, but this is your race winner. It is the man himself, Philip Kungen, the car number 21.
The late moves. Sorry, late moves. Arnas has gone past Lemec. has gone past LeMans, but he's gone too wide. LeMans take the position. That looked like a very late move to take a position back, but Arnaud's unable to take it. LeMans holds that position. So these guys, it will be Sawicki 5th, Seleznev 6th, Marowek 7th, Arnaud's 8th. Everybody else had to go around it. Did I just see a car go flying when they finished?
That is Connor Pearson overtaking Marcus Deck, and Hugo Valentin is looking to threaten to put Marcus Deck in 8th position, the last of the runners. That is the final straight. Will they have enough straight away to make the move? That is Marcus Deck, and they're all fighting essentially to try and keep their positions. That is, coming into the final turn. That is Sunset. Oh, what? Oh, please don't ram each other. Did they ram? I can't. No. And Pearson slowed down. He ran out of booze. Still takes P6. Deck takes 7th. Valentin takes 8th. The HPDs have also finished as well. Edward just finishing off with Mars there. I'm pretty sure now everybody, Jockinson finally crosses the line. The winner of the GTEs. Rob, I'm out of breath here. Asensio and Rudgen will be will be the last car to finish. He will keep P4. I'm out of words. I'm out of puns. I'm out of everything. I'm out of everything. I'm out of my mind. Whew. Yeah. To sum it up, for the LMP2s, that was a cracker race, and for the GTEs, unfortunately, that final incident did definitely sour a little bit, but very good. But the LMP1s, not the finest hour, it has to be said. But we will leave it there for that. We won't say any more or any less. But it's obvious. It is obvious to everybody that it is absolutely not their finest hour as we go into the race results.
Yeah, Philip Kungen, as I was saying, a Porsche finally wins at ILMS. He takes the victory. With Sam Blackwood into P2, Jacob Selesky takes the final podium spot. Sergei Haras will take 4th, Alexander Gerber 5th, Connor Pearson with a last lap heroics takes 6th, Marcus Deck will take 7th, Valentin will take 8th. We go to the HPDs who are next in line. Pascal Stix started in front, finished in front. Rob Newens makes up 3 spots to take P2, as does Daniel Kraft. He comes home in P3. Newman comes home into P4, made up 6 spots, and everyone else loses spots. Eric Grove comes home 5th. Moldenhauer 6th. Marks 7th, lost 5 spots. Edward, pit strategy didn't work for him, finished 8th. Etienne finished 9th.
Then we have the GTEs. It is Jockinson in first position. Shar, making it work in the pits, is in second. FM, otherwise known as Fran Ansenzio, finished in third. Wijnen finished in fourth. Sawicki in fifth. Seleznev in sixth position. Lemonek in seventh. I think that's the 3 of them, 5th, 6th, and 7th, involved in that incident that cost Seleznev his 5th position, and Savik coming up to leapfrog the 2 of them. Aran's in 8th position. Molutzek in 9th position. The number 31 car in 10th position. Oldak 2 in 11th position, and Larson in 12th. We then get into the DNS. We have Miert, who I didn't actually see going off. He is a casualty. Machado in 13th overall for the GTEs. Retired.
I didn't say that name right. It's Machado.
Oh, I said Machado, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like avocado. Machado in 13th overall, retired 20 laps ago. Alex Salmon and Mills, of course, both involved in that horrendous crash at Sunset Bend. Neither of their faults at all, I don't think. Alex Salmon definitely not happy with that. Lenev also retired, and Tishizin, I don't think, yeah, he did retire, sorry.
Yeah.
In case somebody wonders why I stopped at the hairpin, Windows wanted... Oh.
Okay.
I thought your brakes failed. So, he'll be my driver of the day then.
Oh, that was Selesky, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's Selesky. Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Yeah, that's I'll give him my driver today.
Gerber, Alexander Gerber.
Oh, it's Gerber. Gerber, yeah, I'll give you my driver of the day because you avoided the doom of Windows Update.
I think that's a good. I mean, that's a good way. It's but we can call a spade, and we can say things about this race, and things have been said. But it is week 12, and it would be usually the last week, but it isn't the last week. So one more week to go. Road Atlanta in this leap season. So it'd be great to go, and I'm going to steal anything Rob will say now. Is, well, Craig, what do you say to finish the stream? I'm just going to tell you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us once again. It's fantastic to see the numbers. Thank you for the support for this broadcast and for the series for ILMS and for the swan song, really, for the HPD coming up. If you do like us, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the follow button on Twitch, hit the bells on both of them. Underneath the stream is a link to our Discord, is a link for next time, because I always forget the live timings, is a link to trackcams22.com, who produce these great cameras that we have the honour of using, especially that one I saw in the pit lane looking at the pace car. I did like that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to watch us again if you're not going to hit the bell, we will be back Sunday with the Fanatec GT1 series at Spa, which promises to be some great fun around that track. Also, I must stress once again, the Racing Sim Rigs World Championship, the final race, 90 minutes of Daytona. Every position is up for grabs, and the winners of both categories will win a sim rig. So it is something you can't miss, because there's permutations everywhere. So do join us. Elsewhere, if not, we will see you next week. Follow our socials, Raidillon TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But I will hand you in the wonderful hands of Rob once again, who will lead us off.
Oh, my
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
My wonderful hands, anyway. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitch. Or it's twitch.tv/Raidillon TV, youtube.com/C/Raidillon TV. Give our videos a like, a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment what you liked, what you disliked. Join our Discord. It's in the description of both YouTube and on Twitch. And follow us on Twitter at Raidillon TV. And we hope you guys have a great start to your weekend. I know I am, because I'm going to be boogie all night long. At least I got my horrible singing out early. Until next Wednesday for the final race of Racing Sim Rigs. 19 minutes of absolute fun and games. Next Friday we'll be back here for week 13, and on Sunday we will be seeing what the GT1s and GT2s can do to entertain us. But until then, take care, guys. Have a great weekend and stay safe.